Hello everybody. I was recently in the market for a new case for my iPad Air 2. The iPad Air 2 is really worth protecting because it has really an excellent screen. I think they say that the iPad Air 2 has the best screen of any of the iPads. The predecessor and the successor to the iPad Air 2 did not have the really good glass on it. But the case on my iPad Air 2, this is a pretty inexpensive case. It's really served me well, but it's cracked here and it's cracked in the corner. So I've decided to replace it. I ended up finding an Otterbox PROFILE case. It's a really nice case. These things are really expensive when they first came out, but the iPad Air 2 is getting to be pretty dated, and a lot of these cases are on closeout. You can find them at pretty low prices. I paid around $12 and change delivered for this one. This is the Otterbox series case. It's really a very nice case. It has much more protection than the cheap case that I had before. That didn't cost me very much, but this is a far superior case. It has one drawback, or it has a couple of drawbacks. One, there are no magnets, so the thing doesn't, when you close the case, it doesn't go into sleep mode automatically. The other issue I was having is that the buttons, so right here, the volume buttons on the case, and then the power button on the case right here, they were really hard to push. They're so stiff that required a lot of effort to change the volume or to power the unit on and off. So one of the things I did, I'll share with you, is I got a pin, something like this, and I started to perforate the lower edge of these switches. So I poked holes in it to try to make these things a little more flexible. There's one right there. So, I'm sorry, here's the bottom of it. So right down here, and then on these volume controls right here, I started to perforate them, and I experimented with just one button. So I perforated the thing on the long side, a long lower side, and then a little bit up along the sides, but not across the top. So just perforated it. That seemed to improve it a little bit, but again, it was still pretty stiff. So let me just show you what I finally ended up doing. I ended up taking my X-Acto knife, and you can experiment around with perforating, but I ended up taking my X-Acto knife and cutting the whole lower side of the button. So you can see there's my knife sticking through, right? So I ended up cutting the whole bottom side of each button, and that improved things significantly. And then I came up just a little bit around the sides. So right along this side here, a little bit here. I didn't do anything to the top edge. So the top edge of all three of these buttons I left completely intact, but I completely cut through the bottom. Let me just show you that. See? Completely cut through the bottom, and just a little bit of the sides, and that improved things substantially. I'm very happy with it right now, and the effort required to turn it on and off, and since the whole top is still attached, it's unlikely that I'm going to lose the rubber button. You can see here that the material is pretty substantial. It's very flexible. It's pretty thick rubber. It's a really nice case. But as I said, there are no magnets. So that's it. That's the idea that I'd share with you. If you found this at all informative, I'd really appreciate a subscription. I desperately continue to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm getting pretty close. So if you found the video informative, how about subscribing? Thanks for watching.